Good evening. You are listening to a Radulich and Broadcasting premier podcast, the alternative commentary for Hell Comes to Frogtown. And we are doing this for the October edition of the Superblog Team Up. The Superblog Team Up goes to hell in a handbasket. No, well, there may be a handbasket, there may not be. However, I, master of all things handbasketed, am your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And I am joined by Roddy Piper superfan, Mr. Toxic Masculinity to you. I don't care what you say, though some might call him Madison's number one fan, and he might want to hit those people over the head with a chair. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new to the Radulich and Broadcasting Network, he will haze you and try to get you to say the C word on air. Totally 80s, Pat Mullin. How do you do, sir?
You know something, man. We've been sitting here watching the show, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about things, and I just want to say I'm sorry for trying to make you say the word that starts with the C and ends with the T there, son,
Thanks, Roddy. Just as long as you don't hit me over the head with a coconut. So, yes, we are
later, but thanks for ruining it.
Just there you are in New York, and suddenly you come running on screen in Tampa. Hurricane this motherfucker. So anyway,
I would have blamed it on the wind. I would have said that wasn't me. That was the wind taking the trees, son.
That was absolutely a hurricane. All right, so we will not be long into this intro. Like I said, Chris Bailey said, "Hey, are you going to participate in the Superblog Team Up Goes to Hell?" And I said, "Absolutely, if I don't have to do anything related to a comic book." And he was like, "Radulich, come on now." And we've done these alternative commentaries almost every single time because I don't want to be bothered with comics. We did, I think, for fantasy or something like that. I can't remember what the theme was, but I know we did the Jupiter something or other with Mina Kunis.
Jupiter Rising with Channing Tatum.
Yes, that's the one. We did an alternative commentary for that. Yeah, and then we did one for Flash Gordon. And we, for a long time, were doing these He'll save every one of us. We were doing them fairly regularly. Like, we would just decide, like, hey,
Mark, you're kind of digitized there.
Just for giggles, or because somebody hadn't seen it before. Like Jesse hadn't seen Monty Python and the Holy.
We're losing you again, pal. Okay, well, while Mark is rehashing the history of the Superblog Team Up that none of you guys can hear.
We did one.
Mark has started a Styx cover band, apparently, because I'm hearing a lot of Mr. Roboto. So I'm going to contact Mark right now and let him know that he's not coming through clearly for any of us. And what we're talking about, based on Mark's previous comments, is he's talking a lot about some of the things he did to avoid reading comics for the Superblog Team Up. Well, once again, he's kind of doing the same thing. However, what we're covering is sort of based on a real-life comic book guy, Roddy Piper, the greatest villain of any kind of all time, basically. And because Roddy's a comic book villain come to life, we're going to be looking at a movie with a very comic premise called Hell Comes to Frogtown. This was released in 1988 in the early part of the year. And it was Roddy in a leading film, which he had done one film as a lead prior to this called Body Slam in 1986. And at this point, Roddy's still an unproven commodity as a lead, but the goal of this isn't to make a super hit at the office. They want to do a fairly silly sci-fi premise with somebody who may be able to attract the market and was right for the role. And in this case, they thought it was Roddy Piper because he had a legitimate acting background going back a lot longer than people realize. Roddy actually did his first movie in 1977. But he had a legitimate acting premise. He had the physique and, ability of an action star in certain avenues at this point. So he looked the part in that respect, and they could get him for a lot cheaper than they could a lot of the action stars who were on the market at this point in time. Guys like Arnold, Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, who had real big box office hits, commanded a lot of box office money, or guys who were locked into maybe not low money contracts, but lower budget contracts for a lot of money, like Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme, who were signed to Cannon Films at this time.
So this comes after the success of They Live?
No, this is actually we were just talking about. This was released much earlier in the year than They Live. They
Okay.
Live, I believe, was released in November of 1988. This was January of 1988.
So what is this movie? Hell Comes to Frogtown is a
I'll let you
1988
explain.
American science fiction action film directed by Donald G. Jackson, who you might know from Max Hell Frog Warrior, Guns of El Chupacabra, Toad Warrior, Roller Gator, Baby Ghost, Pocket Ninjas, Return to Frogtown, the sequel to this movie.
The second sequel, Max Hell, is actually a direct sequel.
Okay. So yeah, definitely a B movie type of fella, and written by Jackson and Randall Frakes. The film obviously stars Roddy Piper as well as Sandahl Bergman, Cec Verrell, William Smith, and Rory Calhoun. This was made on a budget of $1.5 million. Can you even imagine, Pat, a movie being made for 1.5 today?
This movie, yes.
Okay. Well, so what we're gonna do here? I've never seen this before. So Bailey said the theme is anything related to hell. I literally typed into IMDb hell and saw what movies came up, and then I saw this one, and I'm like, well, no one else is gonna do this. There'll be no fighting over this theme. And it stars Roddy Piper, which means I got to get Pat on here because Pat and I will actually be doing an on trial for They Live for its anniversary next month. So I'm very excited about that. So we're going to get Pat on here now to go ahead, and we're just going to watch the film and talk about it. And this is going to be a live reaction because I've never seen this before.
I haven't seen this movie since I was probably about 9 years old.
Now, did you VHS this thing? Did you rent it? Did you go to Mom and Pop?
Surprisingly enough, if you remember, TNT used to have Monster Vision.
Okay, yeah.
Briggs. This happened to be the B-side of that double feature on a particular night that they were cross-promoting with WCW because Roddy at the time was an active WCW roster member. So they cross-promoted Nitro.
When he was an Icon, which stood for I Cower Over Nothing.
Well done, Matt. Well done.
Thank you.
So this is a time when they cross-promoted, and Roddy had been in a lot of movies, and they were playing a lot of Roddy movies when they could. They Live, obviously, is on the horror spectrum, so they could play that. But a lot of his movies are kind of just straight-up actioners, this being a big exception, where there is most definitely sci-fi horror premise to this, goofy as it may be.
All right. So we're on my counter, we're at about 8 seconds. I think, Pat, you're at 5. So we're going to go ahead, and if you want to follow along here, if you're watching this at a later date,
I'm also at 8, so we're good.
Okay, cool. And 3, 2, 1, and press play now. The audience is now blind. that was a bright light, man. So I love this Lakeshore International logo of the kid just jumping off the pier, yelling, "I regret nothing."
Take a bath.
Right into the crick. Ooh, we're gonna lower that.
Oh, the now defunct New World Pictures. Oh.
So I wanted to watch this with Jonas, but I have learned that when I show my children risque films, I have to check for boobies, which is great because IMDb actually has a whole thing, tells you what's in the movie and what isn't, and there's a whole thing just dedicated to sex and nudity. And I can't show this one to my 8-year-old. I don't know what's in it.
I just said that I'd seen this at 9.
Well, that too. All right. In the latter days of the 20-something odd century, there arose an explosion. Every good movie starts off with a nuclear holocaust, Pat.
I mean, they have to explain the lizard people actually being real somehow, right?
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, frog people.
Oh, those frog people. Those darn frog people. So, seriously, I love the establishing shot here of the close-up of the wreckage. And then then it pans over to the Statue of Liberty.
We're just being shameless about this Planet of the Apes stuff.
Yeah. This isn't a direct rip at all. By the way, so that guy's supposed to be wearing a hazmat suit. That's a beekeeper hood. Oh, right in the mush.
Now it really is like New York.
Good old-fashioned mugging. Yeet.
But they still have guns.
And a 6-shot nonetheless. Just waiting for him to say, you know the law? I am the law. Boom. Shot down in a blaze of glory.
Well, that's how I'd want to go, is after tossing somebody's Statue of Liberty statue.
Sure.
By someone dressed as a...
They were smart not to show the squib, by the way. Ooh, and there it is. Hell comes to Frogtown. There's the man, Roddy Piper.
Our man, Sam Hell.
That's a fantastic name.
Sandahl Bergman of Conan fame. William Smith of lots of movie fame, who's awesome, great heel. And we're just getting very industrialized, cheap imaging, where you can see how this movie was made on a budget of 1.25. I'm pretty sure Piper got at least $500,000 of that, so... But we're not even actually filming things. We're showing still pictures set to music.
Yeah.
With neon graphics.
If you are an aspiring filmmaker, this is definitely one where it shows you don't have to put a tremendous amount of effort to get your vision out there. You just have to be creative and, know how to use your resources efficiently.
Yeah, you guys remember those like activity books you would get where you were coloring in a thing, but it had all the dots around it, so it would look like a 1950s comic strip. That's what this looks like.
I was gonna say like an OK Data fucking printer.
Like
Randall Frakes, any relation to Jonathan Frakes?
Based on what we're seeing, I'm going to say no, because Jonathan Frakes is wonderful. So
true.
Oh, Sam Hell is a wanted man carrying a short samurai sword. He's been captured.
That samurai sword looks like a letter opener. That is a squat-looking sword. Uh-oh. We're already starting with our hero strapped to a chair. So I'll tell you, I'm watching this on Amazon Prime, and the captions are just like speeding through. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. He just got
William
glass.
Smith is a tough guy.
He just got smashed with a bottle.
Well, Piper got smashed with a bottle. William Smith won't hit him.
Yes. Who was the boxer? He glassed me. What was that?
Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
Well, Piper once did that to himself in a promo in Portland Wrestling, so...
He just smashed himself with a glass?
He did.
Hey, look, it's Amanda Waller.
That was Mark who made that joke, everybody.
I ain't got no shame in my game.
Well, it seems that the Conan Slayer may be falling in love with our tough guy hero, Sam Hell.
Did you see the eyes she gave him? That was the eyes. The Florence Nightingale eyes.
I had a nickel for every time I got those.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still be a poor guy.
I'd have 2 nickels.
He's about to cut his throat with the broken bottle. And gets ragdolled by Sandahl Bergman as the nurse.
So, Conan the Destroyer or Conan the Barbarian? And there's only one right answer here.
Barbarian. Come on.
Of course. Okay, just want to make sure you're paying attention. I don't want to get into the whole like Dirty Dancing argument with you again.
That's not an argument. That's just you having a bad mind for things.
Oh my God, Pat.
Ugh, Dirty Dancing is not a feminine movie.
It's not. It's amazing.
Of all the things you could have made a movie about in Catskills in the 50s that was manly, like Rocky Marciano training there, and
if they had added Rocky Marciano,
Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis performing at the Catskills. You make a movie about the idiot dance instructor and an abortion and Jennifer Grey and whatever.
Look, there are plenty of people who would agree with me that Dirty Dancing is a perfectly fine movie.
Yeah, and those people are all stupid.
Alrighty.
Anyway, we see our guy Sam Hell. He's hooked up by the nuts, literally, to a shock.
I was gonna say, what the hell's he wearing? Like an electric chastity belt? What's going on here?
Actually, yes, because
nice.
nuclear war has made most of the population sterile.
Mm-hmm. As it
However, Mr. Hell is packing a loaded gun, as it were. Why do you think they call him Hot Rod? You know? And he is being taken by the government to reimpregnate women, to repopulate the human race.
It's a hell of a job if you can get it.
Indeed it is. That's why it's there for Sam Hell.
Mm-hmm. Amanda Waller just asked him if he was feeling up to it. Get it? Up? Do you feel up to it? Do you get it, Pat? Do you get it?
And now he finds out basically Amanda Waller is in fact suicide squatting him, where he can either go back to his prison cell or he can do this mission of impregnating these women.
See, you made fun of me for calling her Amanda Waller, but I'm right on point as per usual.
Yeah, but you didn't know it.
I like the fact that we're taking time in this movie for him to sign like liability, releases.
Gotta hit those 90 minutes, pal.
Yeah. This and it barely hits that 90 minutes.
Yeah. War reduced the male population by 68%. Somewhere there is a broad with her armpit hair hanging out there cheering.
Yeah, she was a huge fan of Y the Last Man, the television show, not the comic.
So we're shamelessly ripping off a few things already at this point.
All the best movies do, but what are we ripping off here, Pat?
Planet of the Apes, because we're dealing with the frog people rather than
Right.
the apes.
Correct.
We've, in fact, ripped off the idea of the Suicide Squad, which was established long before this in DC Comics with Amanda Waller as, taking prisoners and making them do missions in exchange for time, leniency, etc. And instead of an explosive device in his head, he's got it attached to his, his hot rod, as it were.
But that trying to attach explosions to one's nutsack is a time-honored tradition in film.
Right.
I'm thinking of the Nicolas Cage movie where he's like a cowboy samurai, where part of it is he has bombs implanted in him. Yeah, Evan Bevins and I, who walks with Jesus, and Ronnie Adams, we reviewed that one and like two other ones that were around at the same time. Back when I was doing podcasts more than once a week.
Well, and also I'd like to point out that we are also ripping off Escape from New York as well.
To be serious for just a moment, Escape from New York has such an influence on film even to this day. So many movies that tell with like a post-apocalyptic future stole directly from Escape from New York.
It's among the most ripped off movies of all time, which
by far.
People don't often think of that immediately because it's just a 1981 sci-fi movie.
Right.
No, it gets heavily ripped off and not influenced. It's ripped off very badly, and especially around this time frame, we had a lot of copycats that also were lower budget. But Carpenter knew how to stretch that dollar and make it count. And these guys all just blow it on explosions and crap like that, and the scenery looks terrible. And there's a lot of those. Bronx Warriors, remember that one?
Vaguely. So I have a problem with the costuming department here for this movie. What made them decide we want this cool post-apocalyptic Escape from New York-ish action hero in what appears to be a denim band jacket? Like, what is this? What is it? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? What are we doing here? Why can't we just give him a leather jacket or a denim jacket?
He's Canadian, so
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Should he be wearing like maple syrup? I don't understand what you're trying to tell us.
Honestly, that was just a reach. I don't really have anything.
Okay. They picked up this other woman here with a machine gun. So when I I actually bought this movie because for the $10.
I did too.
Like this is what I'm gonna have to own. And you know what one of the, if you like this movie, you'll want to see this one.
Nude nuns with big guns.
Yes, nude nuns with big guns, baby.
One of the first three things it offers when you look at it is nude nuns with big guns.
That's right. Which I don't think we did a full podcast on. I know Sean and I have mentioned it a bunch, and I know I watched it, and that movie is absolutely horrifying.
I think you guys did.
Maybe it was done on like the Bad Movie Review Club, where it was him and Jeremy Lambert at my suggestion. I know we have talked about it a bunch, though.
You definitely did a show on it. So
okay.
if anyone's looking in the archives of the Radulich and Broadcasting Network, there is a show where Mark talks nude nuns with big guns, and he's very excited about it.
It was a fantastic movie, a cinematic classic. Hey, look, who doesn't like a little nunsploitation? Come on now.
This is Mark cheap plugging to you guys that we're going to be reviewing the Angel and Avenging Angel series.
No, we're not.
We're just redoing USA Up All Night, guys. It's just going to be with us instead of Ron this year.
I'm not accidentally following you into yet another podcast, Pat. So I end up doing 2 series for like 2 years apiece. All right,
hey, you did Cobra Kai.
I did a half naked TikTok about Cobra Kai. Have I told you about this? Did you?
You sent it to me.
Oh, that's right. I tagged you on Instagram because you don't do the TikTok.
I do not.
You don't TikTok. You don't stop. Did you like my shirtless TikTok though, Pat? Tell me you liked it.
I loved it.
Thank you, Pat. You mean everything to me. All right, so here we are.
Did that sweater come in a V-neck, by the way, or
just wool, just all wool. That's how I keep my women warm at night. Anywho, what is happening here?
So he's the MP basically.
Tell him you'll call him back. You're in the middle of sexy Roddy Piper movies.
It's one message. He's basically William Smith is the colonel of this military prison area, and he does not like Sam Hell. He thinks he's whatever. He wants him dead, as he saw by him trying to cut his throat with a bottle.
Sure,
but he's been outruled by the actual provisional government that Sam Hell is going to be released and put behind enemy lines to impregnate women and repopulate the human race.
Gotcha. We're going to Frogtown. All right, we are how many minutes into this movie? I ain't seen no frogs. No frog people, no Frogtown.
I saw an image of one during the really great opening that cost quite a lot, I would assume, like $17.
There was very like 60s Avengers opening.
100%. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. not Marvel's Avengers, people. Before there was Marvel's
Avengers.
Appeal,
everybody.
Yeah. Know your history.
Great show.
Mm-hmm.
Movie, not so much.
I was also thinking of the black comedian who died. That was an inspiration of Dave Chappelle. Oh gosh, I can't remember his real name. You know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Let's move on. Why are they driving around in a pink truck, by the way?
Because much like the rules of wartime, it's considered an act of war to attack a medical truck.
Oh, okay.
Now, however, there is also medical equipment on said truck to monitor Mr. Piper's codpiece. Because if he gets overheated, he will not be effective.
Sure.
He may need stimulation in order to do what he needs to do. Or if he goes rogue, they can detonate it. And
he's currently running up that hill, which I believe is a popular thing these days.
Certainly wasn't in 1986, but you never know when it happens. And yeah, he looks like a Revolutionary War general who was thrown to a time machine.
I was gonna say he's Revolutionary War general, also doubling for a singer in an alternative band. What the hell? This is proof that if you and your friends want to shoot a movie, just go to the park. Go to the park. Just pick some locations where there's not a lot of houses around, and you could absolutely make it look like any dimension or any place in time you want it to.
And now they're letting him know about the explosive if he tries to do something stupid. And the control is in the earring of Sandahl Bergman.
Not terribly damaging, says you, Toots.
I was going to say, how the fuck would you know?
I can't get over that jacket he's wearing. It's really bothering me. Not since Cruella have I paid this much attention to someone's, movie fashion. And there's a tasteful shot of Sandahl Bergman's buttocks.
Oh, look, they're eating campfire food. And, yeah, he's got a sleeping bag and cowboy boots. Wow, who equipped this man for this mission? He has to run, and you gave him cowboy boots?
Right.
He can't get a pair of like combat boots at least?
He's walking in the desert. Okay, so interesting directorial choice here. Have everyone in the scene look utterly bored with what they're doing? Hello there.
Oh, well, now, it's sexy time. So.
Well, let's talk about sexy time for just a second. You've decided to put wrestler extraordinaire Roddy Piper in your movie, and he goes to take his shirt off. You see how poorly framed that shot was? That should have absolutely... look at what we're doing here. You get barely a shot of Roddy Piper's abs. Sandahl Bergman, full-on, full shot, bra and panties. Bra and panties. Bra and panties.
Posing with the leg up.
Oh, yeah. She had a little captain in her.
And it does not work to excite the hot rod because you got to work a little harder than that. Like the chick stroking the shotgun on the side.
Yeah. It's probably more enticing to Roddy than not. I thought a man of your reputation might still be hungry.
He is. But bitch isn't on the menu.
Oh! Speaking of I'm going to see Dice at the end of the month.
Oh, love the Dice, man.
Oh, yeah. Dice rules, baby.
Still my favorite.
Hey, Jonas, I'll call you back in an hour. Back? Get it? Hour back?
And they're about to get it on, and she accidentally shocks the shit out of him.
But she was shocking. See, here's my problem with this whole setup. She shocked him before. Why would he want to be with her now after, she tortured him?
Apparently, when he reaches maximum potency, by their words, she's supposed to generate said effect.
Oh, I see. There's a lot of her just parading her around in her bra and panties in this scene. And for the future, she's got some sexy stuff on. Like, that wasn't just like, Walmart wear there. Like, she's got some expensive stuff going on. She shopped
at the Thunderdome. Like, there's a zipper on the left boob cup, and then there's like a bow on the right. That is
a designer bra if I've ever seen one. That's one you wear to the club. And my other issue with the costuming and makeup of this movie. So the other girl's hair is like nicely like oiled and pulled back. Yeah. Like what? You're supposed to be in a post-apocalyptic future. You're supposed to be dirty.
Maybe it's grease.
This is my father's issue with like Xena Warrior Princess and what was the other one? Hercules, I think it was.
Hercules: The Legendary Journeys.
Yeah. They had painted women. There we are. Boob shot. This is why I couldn't play this for my son, because I can show him aliens and Morbius, but can't show him boobs.
Well, those aren't real. Breasts are.
Say what now?
Those aren't real, but breasts are.
True.
At least those ones.
So she with the slick back hair here is just right on top of Roddy Piper,
and she's trying to figure out how to open up his chastity belt. And I believe she's found Eureka based on the hot rod's face, because Roddy has always been a good salesman.
Yeah. Currently, Roddy Piper is singing "Oh Canada."
I think he's singing Scotland the Brave.
He might be. He just said, "I don't know if I can live up to your expectations." This is a very feminist movie. Oh, look at that. Sandahl Bergman's don't want none of this. If she ain't getting none, no one's getting none.
Yeah, she's out of uniform. And we're all grateful.
I mean, in all intents and purposes, she should have made sure Sandahl Bergman's character was much more asleep, no? I feel like she jumped the gun on that.
Yeah, that's what she was trying to do. Yeah, this shot of this desert that reminds me of the end of the original Terminator movie, when she pulls into that gas station and she's in the station wagon and then just drives off into like the cheapest looking red sky ever.
Mutant Reservation. Those damn stinking muties, right, Pat?
Just don't get me started.
I want to go ahead and say once again, why do we have painted women in this post-apocalyptic? Like, who took time in the middle of the mutant revolt and nuclear holocaust to make sure their makeup was, nicely done, their hair was did, and their nails done?
You can be a feminist and feminine, Mark.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying who's got time for that sort of thing in the post-apocalyptic future. I mean, imagine, if you will, Ripley running around Colleen Schmagegi in Aliens, but she takes time to put a little bit of blush on while running from the xenomorph. I'm just saying.
But Ripley wasn't totally human, though, was she? Wasn't she revealed to be partly a clone?
That was after she died in Alien 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I stopped watching by that point. I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly, there's no point in watching after 2.
Piper just tossed a confidential dossier out of the moonroof, sunroof, whatever you want to call it. And they've now left him on the side of the road.
It is my understanding that from the women that I know that leaving a man on the side of the road is commonplace.
Really?
I don't know who's going to hear this in the future, but if one person does, she's telling me to go fuck myself right now. Hey, personal stories that reference people nobody else knows. They're fun.
I feel like if I'm being left on the side of the road, I've already been knifed to death. So,
given the people I know, it's entirely possible.
It'd be about the only way you get me out of the car.
Fair. Oh, he caught up to them.
No, maybe it's just me.
The shots in this movie are weirdly framed. Like,
maybe
the director of photography in this, I don't feel like has ever actually shot a movie before.
You want this man to be vital and able to perform and physically up to snuff. So you leave him to walk however many undisclosed miles to catch up with you. And now there's something setting off your motion sensor.
I'll tell you this. It is hard to perform when you're dehydrated and exhausted, can confirm.
Can also confirm.
Mm-hmm. Ladies, make sure your man, whoever he may be, or men, as it might be, are not exhausted and dehydrated. That's all I'm saying. Take this PSA. All right, who are they chasing? There's some woman running from this car here.
I thought it was Jungle Boy.
AEW sucks. I actually haven't watched AEW in like months.
I went to the show and I still don't watch it, so
I understand. That was a year ago, right? That was Grand Slam.
No, that was last week.
Oh, you went last week?
I did.
Did you go to this year's Grand Slam?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like it?
No.
Okay. Moving on. Hey, we're eating more beans. There's a lot of bean eating in this movie. A lot of campfire.
Again, also, if you want him to be able to perform, I don't know that giving him horrendous gas will help.
Well, if I know nothing else, what turns the ladies on is when you've got gas.
So she's a female human who is not made up and is dirty.
Yes, finally.
Per your wishes.
Yep. Oh, hey. There's mud in your eye, Roddy Piper.
And she is acting very primitive, we'll say.
Yeah.
Not using words and is tied up for her own safety and the safety of the others.
Feral is the word you're looking for. All right. This is now drifting into sexual assault territory. Oh, she's about to get a shot in the butt. I'm guessing that's Haldol. Boom. There it is.
Haldol on the tuchus, everybody.
That's right. For an interesting evening, Haldol on the ass. She's no good to us traumatized.
Go get ready for work. Why do I feel like that's been said to me a lot?
You're no good to us traumatized. Go get ready for work.
Yeah.
Fair. Oh my. There's old Roddy Piper in his electronic cod piece. Looking slightly confused.
And now sedated dirty chick seems to be having some kind of wonderful lucid dream.
Yeah. They don't frame Roddy Piper well in these movies. Again, like the money's in the abs, and we never get a good clean shot of his abs.
Like, I know Roddy wasn't Paul Orndorff or Rick Rude in terms of the physical look.
Sure.
But Roddy looks 30 times better than the average person.
Do you remember when we reviewed WrestleMania 1 how fucking ripped he was? He was thick and ripped.
Yeah, he had a lot of the swell from, like,
yeah.
you know, the gas he was on.
Speaking of gas. Yeah, he was on the Vince McMahon diet at the time.
Yeah. So he's a little slimmed down here, but actually looks in very good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically talking right now about how, can I at least have a little atmosphere if I got to do this damn deed? Because how would you like it if you had my position right now that you had to do all this?
You know, for a movie called Hell Comes to Frogtown, I don't see. There's a lot of trying to get Roddy Piper laid. This feels more swingers than Frogtown. I mean, we are 30 some odd minutes into this. Oh my God. This is yet another scene of Sandahl Bergman. Not that I'm complaining, but this is, wait a minute. Hang on. This is yet another scene of Sandahl Bergman in her bra and panties, but we've got another set of bra and panties here. When did she have time to change?
Boy, she knows how to work it too. Good grief. This is like watching Raw in 1999.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for fucking Trish to come out. Bark like a dog, Trish.
Well, I was going to say she's about to hit all fours, so...
Can we go back to the fact that why is she wearing a different set of bra and panties? They've just been in the car this whole time. I mean, not to be that guy, but we have some film inconsistencies here.
Yeah, we're about to have some consistency, and I believe it's milky and...
there's consistency, all right. It's in my shorts. She does the suck in the belly thing really well. Like, you know, she's got an attractive looking body, but then she does the suck in the belly thing, and you can see her ribs like a fucking xylophone.
Yeah, I don't love the vacuum pose.
No,
it's called.
And she keeps doing it too, even like prone the way she is right now. She's doing the suck in the belly thing,
and is very discouraged that Piper is just no selling this big effort by her to get him turned on.
Isn't he supposed to be banging the homeless feral broad?
It seems like that was what they were trying to get him ready for, but they understand that the idea of banging a homeless broad doesn't work for everybody. So I guess they were trying to titillate him in another way to get him just in position to do the deed.
Did you say titillated?
I did.
Well done, Pat. Oh, look at her. Rejected. Throwing the shirt on. About to take the walk of shame. My God, she took her glasses off. Now she's hot.
What? She looks like a completely different person.
Oh my God, it's like Superman and Clark Kent. And here we go with the sexy mounting of the homeless woman.
It's like watching Death Wish, but, you know.
You talked about the Christopher Walken scene?
No, that's the Dead Zone.
No, it's also that's also Death Wish, the assault scene.
You're thinking Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, yes.
What did he call her? Rich what?
You're not going to get me to say it on the air, Pat. No. We don't talk about the C word. No. This has been on the same location for the last half hour.
How many days was this shot in? Like, I got a feeling it rhymes with 9.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I like how she's cleaner after the sex.
He banged the dirt right off of her.
Roddy's such a man that he could just make that happen.
Absolutely. You ever get the dirt banged off of you, Pat?
Personal stories that nobody knows anyone in.
That's the theme of tonight's podcast, sir. Anywho.
And there's Sandahl second place Bergman, who seems very upset that she lost out to the homeless.
Sandahl, always the bridesmaid, never the bride Bergman.
Silver medal Bergman. Oh, she's talking now, too. Roddy must have knocked something loose.
Did he bang the feral out of her? What happened here?
That's called manhood, is what that's called.
Fucking high five, bro.
New goal: find homeless woman and bang the feral at her.
It's a new initiative. I'm gonna write a grant for it.
Listen, there's no shortage of homeless women around me.
Listen, I work in the correctional system. There is a lot of feral, homeless, mentally ill folk, and if they can be cured in such way, isn't it the humane thing to do that?
That's where I come from.
I'll bet.
It's Frogtown.
Coming straight out of Frogtown. It's a motherfucker named Pat. Tell him you'll call him back later. You're in the middle.
No, this is something for you, Mark. You can do a live stream of Floyd Mayweather versus YouTube star Deji on November 13th in Dubai.
I saw that earlier.
Wow, they don't have bras in the future at all, do they? Other than Sandals.
She has all the bras, just all of them.
Yeah, I got a feeling she just took this girl's support. I feel like you don't pack a ton of lingerie on a trip like this where you take a man to impregnate women behind the lines of mutant frogs.
She's wearing a different bra, Pat. This is the third bra.
She's wearing stockings with fucking garters.
But they're ripped because she's goth.
Oh, I understand what's being done here.
Yeah.
He is going to pose, I guess, as a female slave trader to the frogs.
Oh, is that why she's wearing garters? Because, as we all know, slaves wear garters.
I believe that's what it is. I think that's what we're looking at here.
Oh, look at that. Just yoinked her right up. Oh, what's wrong, baby? Don't like being treated like a puppet on a string? They're not doing Roddy Piper any favors with this dialogue. Sorry, the girl with the machine gun. This whole movie, all she does is smirk. What's my motivation? Everything is slightly funny.
Oh, so if her earrings that control the electric codpiece lose contact with the body, he's a dead man.
Yep. Take a drink every time she changes bras, by the way. "40 minutes. just saying, Pat. We started this about 5 minutes after.
We've gotten 4 bra swaps, as it were. So
that's gonna be when I put this on Twitter later in the month when the actual Superblock team up starts. It's just gonna be count the bras. Welcome to Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Hint, hint. They all belong to Sandahl Bergman.
I wonder if she got to keep the bras from costuming when this was all over. Like, we're never going to use these again.
I wonder if Roddy got to keep that jacket.
Don't you think he would have worn it to the next WrestleMania?
I don't know where you'd wear a jacket like that, to be honest, but
Civil War reenactment, Nickelback concert.
Does that have a nautical wheel on the collar? What are we looking at with this jacket? It has a nautical wheel, and it looked like captain's wings. Like, is he a frequent traveler? Does he do cruises and flights a lot?
Maybe they found that button at a punk rock flea market.
Oh, good Lord.
I was just that one of those, as a matter of fact. We're just a minor threat. With a promise.
So we're now actually in Frogtown.
Yay! My God, this is like fresh. We're 40 minutes in and we can finally start the movie. Have you watched that yet?
What's that?
Have you watched Fresh on Hulu?
I have not.
Oh, you have to watch Fresh. And then you have to watch me. And then you have to listen to me and Jason review it. It'll
Fresh
change your world.
Called?
Yes. I can't give away the twist. I can't give away the twist middle.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Shyamalan.
What a twist.
So we're in a dance club.
Sexy dancing. Slow pan up. Come on, show me that penis. Nope, no penis. No. Just a regular girl. Ah, there she is. It's a frog lady.
This is terrifying.
We're in like the Mos Eisley's cantina, but on a budget of $1.50.
You notice how that opening scene with the guy and the statue, it went nowhere. It had nothing to do with anything that's happened in this movie.
Right. It was just an allusion to Planet of the Apes, a better movie.
Yeah.
Everyone here looks like Watto from the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, now we're ripping off a little bit of Star Wars. All we need to hear is...
The frog guy, did you see it? The frog guy was reading the Frog Prince. Get it? Do you get it? The frog guy was reading the Frog Prince.
Subtlety, folks.
Because frogs. Bartender, give me a drink. It's going to be something froggy. A vodka and toadstool. Roddy Piper's having way too much fun with this scene. Did he just go cross-eyed drinking that?
Yes, he did.
See, he totally should have spit in Sandahl Bergman's face. You never could hold your liquor. Uh-oh. The old friend. He hugged him and like a puff of dust came off of him.
Again, Roddy loves so hard, the dirt comes off.
That's right.
Even platonically.
Looney O'Toole. Okay. I need to fix your name now.
All out.
Thank you.
So he's a uranium miner.
Like all good kids grow up to be.
As you do, yeah.
Yeah. What are the mutants going to do with all that uranium, Pat?
You can't do much with uranium, right?
I believe you can blow up the Earth because it blocks your view of Venus.
Is that all?
At least.
Well, I mean, if the mutants want it, it's got to be worth something. So
every post-apocalyptic movie has some guy named Leroy in it. That's the rule. Who he's being sent to talk to, by the way.
What?
It's dialogue about go talk to Leroy. Every single one of these has a Leroy in it.
There is a Leroy. It's not always by the name of Leroy, but there's a Leroy.
There's definitely a Leroy. He may be the baddest man in town.
In The Last Dragon, Leroy was a fortune cookie machine.
Was he now?
He was.
Uh-oh. He's being accosted by the frog dancer. Who kind of looks like Gollum from, like, not the most recent Lord of the Rings, where, you know, it's good and CGI'd, but, like, the cartoon Bass and Rankin one, where Gollum looks more like a frog.
The wearer of the ring.
Yes. The end of the ring, the return of the king. Da, da, da. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Remember that, Pat?
That was it.
And there went the last of Pat's sex drive.
That was it.
Oh my God, we're still in the scene.
And Roddy's got some lovely feathered hair in this movie, I gotta say.
He's got that like WrestleMania 8 or 9 feathered hair going.
No, it's earlier than that. This is like 5. This is like around that era of Roddy.
Yeah. What the hell is that supposed to be?
I want to say it's an homage to Casablanca. Because he's dressed in a Moroccan garb.
But is that like a snake man? Is that a frog? What kind of lizard are we dealing with here? Amphibian. See, like I'm saying, look. Okay, first of all, why is the snake wearing a Shriner's cap? Why, Pat?
You keep saying Snake Man, and all I can think of is the Ultimate Warrior going, "What is it, Snake Man? Where is it, Snake Man?"
Tell me that doesn't look like a snake, though, in a Shriner's cap.
Oh, no, it absolutely does.
Okay. Yo, do you remember the movie Dreamscape?
No.
Oh, you've never seen Dreamscape?
If I do, I haven't. I don't recall it.
So the big nightmare, like, boss villain thing at the end of Dreamscape is this like, snake monster. Kind of looks like that.
Oh.
But it's not wearing a Shriner's cap, so it's not nearly as frightening looking.
I'm 100% sure this is just a reference to Casablanca.
Here's looking at you, kid.
I never saw Roddy as a Humphrey Bogart type.
So is the whole point is this particular character like some sort of like mob boss, which is why he's wearing the Shriner's cap, because, you know, Shriners, mob bosses, same thing.
I think he's trying to pump him for information about the uranium, but because this guy's like, so he's trying to make a deal to sell Sandahl Bergman to it for 30 lilies.
I just watched back the Money in the Bank commentary that we did, where I had to warn Lily not to argue with you because you will yell at a child.
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid of yelling at a kid.
Yeah, I understand. I warned her of that. She wanted to challenge her anti-feminism arguments in wrestling, and I told her I wouldn't bother.
Did you tell her how wrong she is?
You told her how wrong she was. That's the clip I put on TikTok. Is you schooling my daughter about women's wrestling? My God, that Money in the Bank match. Just listening back to us talk about it, the 17 botches in a row.
It should never happen again. That was way too dangerous.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Shriner Jabba the Hutt character. She's especially good at erotic dancing. You should see the bras.
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
Him yelling excellent in the Moroccan gear just makes me think of the Iron Sheik.
Pencil neck geek. Uh-oh. You know what's worse than frog people, Pat? Frog people wearing a patch. Frog people wearing a patch. Uh-oh. It would have been funny if instead of Nowhere Nice, he had said From Parts Unknown.
I wonder how like the humans match up physically to the amphibians.
This is like Jim Henson quality here. these Frogtown people.
Jim Henson just got pissed at you for even saying that. Jim Henson did Ninja Turtles, man.
I've seen some Muppets in my time. This is about that quality.
This is Sid and Marty Krofft is what this is. This is Puffin stuff.
HR Puffin stuff.
So they tried to do a sale within this to Leroy, the Moroccan snake. It's not allowed to be done that way in the bar, so they're getting into trouble. So now Roddy's going to swing at and get swung at by this frogman who apparently hits pretty hard.
Well, here's my whole issue with this movie so far. You have professional wrestler Rowdy Roddy Piper. You're almost an hour into this movie. He has not gotten into one fist fight. You came to see big boobs and Roddy Piper fighting bitches. And this is a waste of Roddy Piper. Hello there.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times I've woken up to that face.
Can't tell you how many times I've woken up with that face.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, frogs smoke. I didn't know that.
I mean, who doesn't? It's the 80s.
That's true.
Boy, you can't do that in today's movies, I'll tell you what.
No, but never mind. I'm not going to go into this.
Honestly, they could have gotten like Rick Moranis to do the same role for what they're using Roddy Piper for.
We've gone almost a full hour into this movie, and he has done nothing
Well, no,
Literally nothing.
hang on. He did one manly thing. One thing that a guy who likes movies would want to see him do. He banged the dirt off a homeless.
He did. That's true. However, he's also done nothing of the action vein.
In this action movie.
And he is known as a physical performer with a legitimate background who could lend that physicality to a role. And yeah, we've decided to have him do none of that.
Yeah. This might have been another.
Fucking been Mr. Fuji.
This could have been Jim Cornette in his white suit that he bled a gusher in. Is she wearing
well, goddamn, they all look like frogs. What the hell do you want me to do?
See, this movie with Jim Cornette, but just being Jim Cornette and reacting as Jim Cornette would be so much better.
I said we wouldn't have ordered the goddamn things if we didn't want them.
Uh-oh.
And now the old frog whore is trying to molest Roddy Piper.
I mean, really, who hasn't been molested by a frog whore, that is?
And stories and real
involve other people. Oh, she feels rejected now.
And the best way to get over that is for me to molest you and create.
Around here, men throw themselves at me. I can have my pick, but they're all idiots. Can I tell you that's a very girl thing to say?
Yeah, it is. And can I tell you that at every well-established bar, there is always one of those females in it.
Yeah, truth.
Night after night.
Can confirm. Yes. Another 80s movie with a sexual assault.
Both of our main characters, it looks like, about to be assaulted in some way, where Sandahl is being basically held by this chain around their neck. And there are frogmen with swords. Oh, wait, look,
it's the beekeeper friend.
It's yeah, we were talking about how he didn't matter. And look, he's back after an hour.
What am I looking at here?
He got her to wear a potato sack.
Nice. She's about to go ass over tea kettle.
Well, that ruined it.
For those of you watching on YouTube, we appreciate you sitting through this nonsense. Feel free to leave a comment.
This far, I don't know.
I don't. That's a great question. Hey, look, it's like C-3PO and Empire Strikes Back. Just wires askew, all kinds of mess going on.
Dirty old frog whore. It's exactly how I remember it.
All them frog whores in the Empire Strikes Back.
So I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Slackers. It's got Jason Schwartzman, Jason Segel, Devon Sawa. They're all in college.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part with Mamie Van Doren, the actress from the 50s and the pinup girl, where she plays a dirty old whore in a hospital.
Nice.
And it is fantastic. And Sam has now found Sandahl Bergman being trapped amongst the frogmen. And I've seen this scene before, but not with frogmen.
Oh, look, it's Darth Vader from Back to the Future. Someone we're having for dinner. Oh, we're going to eat Sandahl Bergman. Arr.
So now I guess it's established that frogs also eat people.
Can we just talk about how in that like panning shot the camera was moving, like, and not moving smoothly, like it wasn't on a dolly or a tripod or anything. It was just kind of shaking the camera as it was going. Ah!
And he just took a dive through a table and he's out again.
Roddy's agent. Hey, I got you this really great part in this sci-fi comedy. Cool. What do I do in it? Sleep a lot.
You're on your back for 90% of the movie.
Will they at least get a tasteful shot of my abs? Not really.
Well, the Froghorn and Looney both feel sorry for Sam and they want to help him. Mark, we're over an hour into this movie, and Roddy Piper hasn't so much as thrown a punch.
I'm aware, Pat. How did you get through this as a kid?
I was just a... Well, here's another bra change, folks.
Yeah, take a drink, everybody. She's wearing her wedding bra, by the way. A tasteful wedding bra.
Along with matching headband. Because it's the future, but it's still the 80s.
Reminds me of that one scene in Flash Gordon where Ming's about to get it on with Dale, though it's not really Dale, but he doesn't know that at the time. And she's doing the drunken. He takes the pillow off her. I was like, oh, damn it, it's one of the handmaidens.
I was going to say, this reminds me of this reminds me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I just saw that Friday night at a brewery with my wife.
Was everybody in costume or no?
There were a lot of people in costume, as you would find at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the time warp again. Just a jump to the left. And a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips.
I'd almost rather watch that than this.
Yeah, for those of you watching for the first time, not the first time nor the last I'll be dancing on a podcast.
No, I meant Hell Comes to Frogtown. I'd almost rather watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show than this.
Okay.
And
Because
Sam is being held captive by the Nick Fury of the Frogmen.
Because you've got a thing for sweet transvestites from transsexual Transylvania.
And then, I love meatloaf, so.
It's true. Who doesn't love meatloaf? Little mashed potatoes
Communists.
on the side. Oh my God, he's got a chainsaw. Even with wet bed head, Roddy Piper, still feathered.
Still feathered.
Still feathered. He's going to do exploratory surgery with a chainsaw. You got to have the right tool for the job, buddy.
Well, I would hope he is not going to play Moyle, but I would bet against it. Sandahl Bergman is being fanned now with veils by handmaidens of some kind, and one of them almost looks as though she's casting a spell.
Everyone in this scene looks like they're on fentanyl. And
that one definitely is.
Yeah, they also look way bored. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're shooting a movie, you're trying to keep your audience invested in what's going on. Look like you want to be there. Why aren't these like frog people? That's my question.
Maybe this is set in Florida.
Are we done with frog people?
Well, maybe they thought the lizard people, too many people were in the aware about it, so they had to change it to something else.
Fair.
Because we all know the lizard people really do control everything.
When they were looking at dailies, they were like, not enough hot women in this movie. We just need a scene of hot women fanning. Roddy Piper's like, don't cut my cod piece. You'll kill us all. If I had a nickel for every time I said that.
And he stopped the blade.
He's gonna realize he's gonna realize that he unplugged the thing. Can't tell you how many times I've done that.
Oh, it's gas operated. It ran out of gas. Always
make sure your appliances are gassed up. That's what I'm saying.
I like that gas is still a viable commodity at this time.
Yes, in this post-apocalyptic world.
Uh-oh.
The veil slightly grazed her earring, and he got a shock in the pelvis.
Yeah, his nuts are in trouble now.
This is a very feminist movie. The metaphor present when a man is having his ball shocked. I mean, it's very 2022. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
this movie is woke.
And we got a close-up of Roddy's bridge work.
But not his abs.
Like, how do you get convinced to be a part of this movie?
You're not getting into the work?
I guess that would have to be it.
You never know what's going to take off, you know? Maybe this is a big hit in another alternative universe.
I mean, listen, if Howard the Duck couldn't do it, I don't know what they thought this would be the little engine.
My God, that end scene of Howard the Duck with the monsters in the portal. Yikes, that scared the piss out of me as a kid.
I guess I never sat through the ending enough to actually like watch it all the way through in one complete sitting.
Go back and watch it.
I'm gonna have to. Oh,
we've got sparks.
Metal on metal, boys.
But no Sir Mix-a-Lot to dance in the Sparks factory. Hey, Jesse. That's for you.
And we've got the old frog whore with a boot knife. She really is an old-time whore. She probably did work the ports.
It's true. You better be careful. He's really going to gig Roddy with that chainsaw. Yep. You got it. Uh-oh. That cod piece was not real. The cod piece was... Oh, there it is. He done blew himself up.
Maybe not completely fake.
Maybe not. And now she's wearing some tasteful lace.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
This is some of the most cringeworthy cinema you're ever about to see. So we're about to see the dance of the three snakes.
Oh boy. Can't wait.
You like metaphors, right, Mark?
I love metaphors, Pat.
Yeah, well, get ready.
All right, see? Look at it. Roddy Piper, all sweaty and Abby. Fantastic.
Only took us an hour and 8 minutes to get there.
Now a little something for the ladies. Oh! The whore takes one in the chest. And down she goes. She gave her life to save Roddy Piper. She's a hero.
You know what they look like? They look like. Do you remember the TGIF show Dinosaurs?
Yeah, sure. Mata Mama. Not the mama.
Oh, yes. A lower budget version of that.
We'll bet.
And finally, Roddy gets physical.
Finally. Uh-oh. He's about to go crazy with that screw.
Yeah, he used a drill bit, long head, to stab this frog.
All right, let's get some rock music going and let's have him get all stabby.
I know that face.
He's hulking up, baby. We have our damsel in distress. He's got to save her. We're at that part of the movie.
I believe you were calling this a feminist film. Well, might want to pause on that.
Here we go. Dance for me, baby. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that in my life, dance or die.
You were the one who was talking about Dirty Dancing, right?
Sure. The dance of the three snakes. Sounds like an orgy.
One of the most notoriously cringy moments in cinema.
All right, we need to hear like Hungry Eyes in the scene. Hungry Eyes.
Nope, we get organ grinder fair.
What is she doing? There we go. Now we got some dancing going on.
Where are the leg warmers?
She's a maniac. Do
you know that song was actually written for a horror movie?
Was it really?
It was reworked into a dance song, but it was originally written by Michael Sembello for the 1980 slasher flick Maniac.
Oh, rock on. And she's dancing like she's never danced before.
I didn't know a lot of welders / strippers. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like that was as common a mix as the movie made it seem.
I knew some welders and I knew some strippers, but not very many welder strippers.
Yeah.
That very much is, though, like a flash dance she's doing.
Yep.
I wonder if the choreography is, the same guy.
Yeah. Also, that frog's doing exactly what you think he's doing.
Uh-oh. Boom. Our friend with the slick back hair is looking very confused. Is she ever going to use that machine gun?
I think that's what we're about to see because she saw the flare.
Woo!
Yeah, Sandahl Bergman dressed very much like a sexy Charlotte.
I was thinking the way she was spinning there, like she was going to break into Goldust Woman. Oh, thunder only happens when... Oh, my God.
Now you know why it's the dance of the three snakes.
Listen, I like sexy pervy things, but I didn't need to see his penis.
You have aroused the three snakes.
I don't like where this is going at all. No, don't lift up your thing. Face on Sandahl Bergman right now. That's priceless. I ain't going near any of that. What a mess you have down there. Up. Right in the three snakes.
Kicked all three of the snakes.
There we go. Finally, Roddy Piper's going to do some hero shit. Boom, shalock, lock, boom. All right now.
Oh, well, that makes sense. They're frogs.
Yeah.
They can jump.
And we just cut to them escaping. Like, nothing else. Like, we don't see them get out or anything. They just cut to, and they're in the car.
Why are the Jawas here?
Oh, no, wait. They're still... So it's funny. I've been thinking this whole time, like, how purposeful it was. They made the villains in this Arab looking, but Arab frogs, because the 80s. Right. So I'm wrong. I guess that they were cutting to the machine gun gal because they're still in the enemy's lair in Frogtown. So
we've got rip-offs, homages, allusions to whatever you want to call them. But where do we count so far? Casablanca, Escape
yes.
from New York, Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some other stuff in here we're not even thinking of, but Star Wars a little bit, like the cantina scene.
Sure.
But then they just go Casablanca with it, which was very odd. How did I make it through this when I was 9?
Yeah, I've been asking myself that for the last at least 40 minutes.
Like I'm trying, but this is
really... Okay. So I said before, like I was going to watch this with my son. I thought we'd have, he's always very funny when we do these things, and yeah, there's no way he's getting through this.
I mean, obviously they would have on TNT cut the boobies out and such.
Sure.
I don't know what you can do with editing the dance of the three snakes.
By the way,
you kind of need it for context, but
this is 1988, and we have this woman full on punching dudes and knocking them out. Just saying. People complain now about they make the women too strong, they make them equal to men. This movie is guilty of it.
Oh,
Mark. You guys are going to eat dirt or lead. Cake or death. Oh, my God. Honk if you're horny.
I guess they're going to rescue the rest of these buxom gals.
Sure. We always have to rescue the women. Uh-oh. Firing squad. Oh, my God. Looney is shooting flares at them.
Why is a flare gun more effective than them firing?
Yeah.
This is bad.
And once again, we can't keep the camera still. Like this was shot, like a camcorder. Come on, I'm double parked. Get it? Do you get it, Pat?
Indeed, I do.
Oh, Looney's been hit.
But he's going to make it.
Yep. Here come the Jawas, as you call them. Yay, we used the machine gun finally in an hour and 15 minutes. You're letting them get away. You just dragged him out of there.
I mean, he wasn't real effective before that anyway.
I want you to do something about it. How? Why should it go as well?
Yeah, I'm sticking by my 9 days it took to shoot this statement.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It looks as though we've got a frog doomsday weapon at the ready.
Mind, that's a big cannon you got there.
And it's not 3 cannons, it's just 1. So they're going to be able to catch up to them enough after they've already been driving miles and miles and miles ahead of the frogs.
This is right up there with Fury Road quality. Oh, what a lovely day. Her hair never moves, right?
No, never does. We're also going to immediately insert Mad Max as something else this is ripping off into this.
Oh, for sure.
Roddy has a samurai sword on his back. When did he acquire that through this? I don't recall seeing him with the katana, although we saw it in that one picture at the beginning.
Right. The one where it looks like he's carrying a large letter opener. Oh, poor Looney is bleeding ketchup.
From the back of his hair, baby.
Or barbecue sauce, one of the two.
Corn syrup?
No. This movie doesn't have the budget for corn syrup. That's from catering. That's barbecue sauce. If you're an old, miner type old man in a post-apocalyptic world, there are worse ways to die than in the arms of several buxom women. And Roddy Piper.
Your protege there who saved you from the frogs. You died surrounded by buxom women.
Something's coming up behind us. Arr.
And it's bad.
It's always bad. Oh my God, they're under fire. Oh, here they come. In their Mad Max car.
What is that, an Oldsmobile?
Oh, look, it's a Cutlass Supreme.
They really spared no expense on the budget for this, didn't they? Can you afford to be so... Oh, got one.
Yeah, finally.
Can you afford to be so reckless with the ammunition at this point?
I mean, if she doesn't fire back at them, what are they supposed to do? Just, wait to get shot?
Oh, just took one in the arm, but she's okay.
Now she's bleeding barbecue sauce.
Now that looked like Hans Katsup.
Maybe it's buffalo sauce. Hey, did you know that we all hang in the buffalo stance?
I didn't.
Ask Nana Sherry, she'll tell you. I bought, when I was a kid, Nana Sherry's buffalo stance and Paula Abdul's Forever Your Girl in the same day, in the same shopping trip.
I won a bet over the album Forever Your Girl.
Oh, yeah?
recently.
Well,
Because-
recently.
Yes.
What was the bet?
So I had bet that in the video for Rush Rush,
Mm-hmm.
there is a mid-video sequence featuring a young man acting named Keanu Reeves
Oh, okay.
doing what sounds like a Keanu Reeves impression.
I bought Nana Sherry's Buffalo Stance, Paula Abdul's Forever Your Girl, Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, and the Black Album all at once.
1989, man.
Goddamn right. His best year in music.
And now Roddy and the Buxom Wenches are being held at bay by a rocket launcher.
All right. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, what a swerve, bruh.
That evil colonel from the beginning is trying to steal the uranium or something.
Oh, set up, pay off. Chekhov's gun, baby. Woo!
He's telling him that the women have him by the short hairs, but he can change all that if he joins his side.
I'm going to blow it up, Marcus. I'm going to blow up the Ark. Just when it was all going so well, Sandahl. Uh-oh. He's going to throw that katana blade at the guy holding the rocket launcher. He's going to yeet it at him.
Oh, what's the chick with the eyes behind him doing?
Hand me my sword, and her answer is, I'm passive. Spoken like a true incel. He's going to rid the world of those meddling bitches.
He doesn't have to threaten me with a good time. The hammer is cocked. Oh!
I fucking told you. Nailed it. And down he goes. Long-winded son of a bitch. Seems a little meta.
Don't make sure he's really dead.
Yep,
and
see?
That's why we get...
Even with a sword through the fucking chest, you still got up and ran away.
All right, now follow the buffalo sauce trail. He's going to finish it. Which I have to respect because, again, we don't see a body.
We'll be waiting for you, waiting for him to go, I know.
I was waiting for a ditto.
Reach for the sky, man with hole in your chest.
Now he's gone from... Does he have a cowboy boot and a motorcycle boot? Is that what I'm seeing?
He certainly does, Ollie. He has two mismatched boots.
Is he Rick Steiner? What is this?
Steiner!
Like what?
This motherfucker's about to Jason Voorhees. There it is.
He's still got the rocket.
He's not even a little hurt. He's not. There's no wincing in pain. There's nothing here. Boom. Oh, because a sword through the chest didn't do the job, but a bullet always will.
Maybe bullets are his only weakness.
I'm not supposed to get bullets in those in that eye.
Damn it! You found my only weakness. Hot lead.
I'll take that.
You know what is crazy too? Despite the fact that we'll find out in like 8 months from this that he's very good at the one-liner in a film setting as well as, a wrestling setting, they give him virtually nothing to say.
No.
Like he does a lot of facial acting and everything.
Well, I was gonna say, I can't believe he goes on to do They Live after this.
Again, he's really great with facial expressions and stuff because of his background as a performer.
Sure.
But like he says nothing in this.
No.
He's just really not used well at all as someone who's supposed to be the lead of the movie. Speaking
frog language. Just kill them. What? Why are we standing on pretense here? Why are we going down together? You have them dead to rights. No.
Oh, that's good.
He can't get the thing to work. Just
Well,
yeet it at him.
maybe it's better off he threatened him first, because
Oh, he's got his 9mm though, his trusty pistol.
he jumped.
No more bullets. Hey, laughing boy, no more bullets. Okay. He's still got the sword, though. Why don't you just... Oh, my God, Roddy. He's about to get Goldberged off that cliff.
You know what? I think he kept this outfit and used it in one of the episodes he did of the New World Zorro series.
Oh, my God. Rock bottom.
Oh!
Right in the codpiece. That's a lot of barbecue sauce.
This fight rivaling his legendary alley fight with Keith David and They Live.
This is our climactic fight scene. Roddy, give up on the sword, man. Just go beat him to death. See? Serves you right. Never take your eye off your opponent. Protect yourself at all times. There's mud in your eye.
Got to use a staple from his matches.
Mm-hmm. All right, now hit him with a coconut. Or a gold record. That one never gets mentioned as much. Everyone knows the coconut shot, but the gold record's just as good.
Smashing it completely over Lou Albano's head was fantastic.
It certainly was, Ollie.
Oh, he's got the frogman dwindling. Hanging for his life at the edge of the cliff, and Roddy's just kicking away at his face. He's trying to drag Roddy down with him while he reaches for the sword.
He's got the sword. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! He chops his hand off.
Although you can flagrantly see the hand while he's falling backwards.
Yes, well, this needed another pass-through editing.
This needed a lot of things.
Oh, look. He tried to get the soul stone.
I would have loved to see Roddy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right?
Might have made it entertaining again. You know something, Captain? You know something, man? Whack! Hits him with the shield, but the Cap blocks it, like with the coconut with the shield.
You're gonna have to get the Tesseract, son. Okay, we're good here. Let's speed this up. Come on. Come on.
So
Give me.
We see the blown out med van that Roddy and all the ladies were traveling in. He sees a shawl on the ground that potentially belongs to one of the ladies, but now he's got a faraway look. Oh my God! It's Sandahl Bergman.
She changed clothes. Ugh, I wonder what color bra she's wearing.
I was gonna say we've seen the outfit before, but the bra's probably new.
Maybe she's wearing like a red bra underneath a white shirt, like women tend to do. We thought you were dead. All right, so was the whole point of this movie he was supposed to like repopulate the earth one woman at a time? And we only got as far as the one homeless before we went to Frogtown and everything went to hell. Oh, look at that. Big smooch.
She finally gets what she wants.
A little bit of Roddy's Piper.
Uh-oh.
I ain't on your leash no more. Then why didn't you run off? Because I knew you'd miss me. Because I love you. Why do you love me? Because we're the main characters in the movie.
Because I'm the last virile man on Earth.
Like you do. What did he give her? Something to hang on to when you're alone.
Okay. Well, I mean, she didn't want to hook up, so.
That's what I'm saying. All right, well, her and the other Black Widows are going to take off now.
Now, he still has to have sex with the women, though.
He does.
So she's got to be cool with that because that's the whole mission. She can't get all clingy now.
I mean, look, at least we have plenty of polyamorous women out there, Pat. I'm sure it'll be fine. I got my one in. I got my one in for tonight.
Hey, you know what? If Eric Bischoff and Conrad were there, they'd be telling Roddy right now about Blue Chew.
That's true.
Because he'd probably going to need it at that point.
Okay, I think he's riding off into the sunset with a bevy of bitches. They're riding in cars with boys, Pat. And we fade to black. Speaking of riding in cars with boys. All right, and we're done here. Woo! Well, Pat, that was Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Sure was, Ollie.
It certainly was, Ollie. That was fun. I mean, look, whenever we do these alternative commentaries, especially for there's movies this dumb, we just have a good old time. So that's it. That is your Super Blog Team Up feature here on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. The alternative commentary for Hell Comes to Frogtown. We got a sequel coming, man. It's called Hell Comes to Dogtown. It's where I got my hair cut. I got a cut. I had a pet store, man. Okay, so we recorded this on September 26th, but the actual Superblog Team Up Goes to Hell will be on October 26th. You can check out us, source material, whoever else is in the Superblog Team Up. All of the stuff will be advertised on Twitter and on Facebook and wherever social media you got. You'll hear, you'll see all Dave's Comic Heroes blog, all these people. The audio version of this, if you want to hear it in your ears, in your ear holes, on your podcast device, that'll be up on the 26th. But, this here video version was live on YouTube on September 26th. So we hope you enjoyed it. If this is the first time you've ever watched one of our alternative commentaries, we hope you didn't hate us. And with that said, I'm not going to do any other plugs because with the way my schedule is lately, by the time we actually get to October 26th, I will have canceled everything. I'll have been sequestered somewhere. I'll be taken to a burlesque show. Who the hell knows? I might go watch midget wrestling. I have a very full life, Pat.
Certainly sounds that way, Ollie.
It certainly does, Ollie. All right. Do you want to plug anything before we go?
No, just the upper part of my bowl here. I'm going to plug up with some, some goods, as it were.
All right, Pat. Take your medicine. For Pat Mullin, Mr. Toxic Masculinity, I'm Mark Radulich. Be well, be safe, and behave.